Brawl Stars is one of the biggest mobile games in the world, but not too long ago, things looked completely different. The game was losing attention. Updates felt less exciting, many players were quitting, and some people believed Brawl Stars were slowly dying. Then, somehow, everything changed. The player base exploded, old players returned, and Brawl Stars became more popular than it had been in years. So, how did Brawl Stars fall, and more importantly, how did it rise again? Brawl Stars was officially released worldwide in December 18. At the time, Brawl Stars was already known for massive games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Because of that, the expectations for Brawl Stars were huge. But Brawl Stars was different. Instead of building a village or collecting cards, players fought in quick 3 versus 3 battles using unique characters called brawlers. Every brawler had different attacks, supers, abilities, and playstyles. The game was simple to understand but difficult to master. It quickly became successful. New brawlers were consistently being added. Players opened boxes, pushed trophies, played with friends, and watched some of the first major Brawl Stars creators. For many players, this was the golden age. The game felt fresh, simple, and exciting, but eventually that excitement started to disappear. As the years passed, Brawl Stars became much bigger. More brawlers were added, more abilities were introduced, gadgets, gears, new progression, and many other mechanics made the game more complicated than before. And while these updates gave experienced players more things to do, they also created new problems. New players had more abilities and brawlers to learn, and some updates were heavily criticized by the community. The game was still receiving content, but the excitement around it was slowly fading. Many players began leaving, YouTube views dropped, some creators moved on to other games, and Brawl Stars slowly became less visible online. The game wasn't dead, but compared to its earlier years, it felt much quieter. Then, in 2022, Supercell made one of the biggest changes in Brawl Stars history. For years, Brawl boxes were one of the most recognizable parts of the game. Players opened boxes to unlock brawlers, collect coins, and upgrade their accounts. But in late 22, Supercell removed boxes completely. Instead, Brawl Stars introduced the Star Road. Players could now work toward unlocking a specific brawler instead of depending entirely on luck. It was a massive change. Some players liked having more control over their progression, others missed the excitement of opening boxes. But even though the update changed how the players unlocked brawlers, it didn't completely bring back the hype. Brawl Stars still needed something bigger, something that would make players want to log in every day again. And that change arrived in 2023. In 2023, Supercell introduced Star Drops. Players could earn random rewards simply by playing the game. At first, the community had mixed opinions. Some players enjoyed the surprise, while others disliked how random the rewards were. But Star Drops did feel something important. They made every day feel different. You never knew what you were going to get. Maybe it could be a small reward, maybe it could be a new skin, or maybe you would unlock a new brawler. Suddenly, there was another reason to play every day. But Brawl Stars didn't stop there. The game continued adding new events, new features, and more ways for players to earn rewards. Then came one of the biggest features in the game's history, hypercharges. Hypercharges gave certain brawlers powerful upgraded abilities. They made attacks stronger, charged supers, and created completely new strategies. Hypercharges were controversial. Some players believed they were too powerful, others thought that they made matches more exciting. But one thing was clear, people were talking about Brawl Stars again. The game was becoming more active, videos were getting more views, old players were returning, and new players were joining. The comeback had started. But the biggest growth was still ahead in 2024. In 2024, Brawl Stars began releasing larger and more memorable updates. The game introduced a new rank system, bringing a fresh competitive experience to players. Then, Brawl Stars started experimenting with huge events. Events like the Godzilla event, the classic Brawl event, which brought boxes back for a limited time, and later the game even added major collaborations, including SpongeBob and other famous franchises. These updates were different from the smaller updates players were used to. They felt like events. Players had reasons to return, creators had new content to make, and every update created more discussion across the community. Brawl Stars was no longer quietly surviving, it was growing again, and this time the game had something for almost everyone. Casual players had events and rewards, competitive players have rank in esports, collectors had skins and cosmetics, and content creators had endless supply of challenges, updates, and new brawlers to make videos about. Brawl Stars had found a way to stay relevant. Brawl Stars is in a completely different position. The game has more brawlers, more game modes, more events, and a much larger amount of content than it had during its early years. But the future is still uncertain. Can Brawl Stars continue releasing exciting events? Will the game become too overcomplicated? Will players eventually get tired of new constant features? Only time will tell. But Brawl Stars has already proven something important. A game can lose popularity and still come back stronger. The fall of Brawl Stars wasn't the end, it was only the beginning of its next era. And thank you all for tuning into this video, and if you made it to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe to have more content like this. Anyways, see you in the next. Gruesome out.